Thank you. I'm waiting for all of my spirit to land here on this spot. So presently I'm sitting on a location on planet Earth. That's obvious. And I'm sitting in a chat room with some wonderful humans, my sisters, my fellow sisters. Before we begin this discourse, this shared experience of the rise of the urban female shaman, that's what we will discuss today. We will feel today. I would like to make an offering. I would like to make an offering of tobacco and sage for the elders that sit on this planet right now and hold the vibration of a deep connection to planet Earth, to the nature. Now we're connected with them. We're thanking them. I'm going to make this offering also for our ancestors, all of our ancestors. From the mother's line all the way back, from the father's line all the way back. That's why we're sitting here. We're making that offering right here and now. Thank you. Thank you for getting me here. It's good to be alive. And I couldn't go any further without thanking all of the incredible humans that have made this World Unity Week possible. You know who you are. I want you to really feel this. Every single human that has worked tirelessly for 10, 12, 13, 15, 16 hours a day. Whether you're right in the core or right on the fringe, thanks so much for caring in this deep way about unity and unity consciousness. Before a word, it's a vibration, right? Unity is a vibration. And we're going to take a little swim or a bath in that vibration a little bit later on. So excited to take a bath today. I hope so. Okay. Well, the next hour and a half is going to sort of look like this. But, you know, as a female shaman myself, there's not really ever a straight line. The lines can get curvy on you, the meandering rivers and streams. So I would love to start with a short introduction. And that's going to be a story. It's going to be a story of learning a little bit about how I became shaman. And then I would like to answer, what is a shaman from my perspective? What is an urban shaman? What is that? And then I have 3 points like teaching tools, even though the word to teach is the most obvious word to use, but I really do feel that we're our own teachers and we go to the right person at the right time to ignite that information that is already within us. So there'll be 3 points, interactive points, and then the rest of the time will be to share with these humans that are on this call with me. If they have any questions, if they have a story of their own experience, it's all welcome here. So thank you so much. In my chat, I see a beautiful mama with her little boy. That's why I'm here. For the children, I have 2 sons. That's why I'm here sitting for World Unity Week, is I would love for these children, our children, to grow into adulthood feeling the vibration of what true unity feels like. I can get gushy on you in this moment if I go further down that road, so I'll just leave it right there. Maybe we'll come back to it. Maybe in the next hour and a half we do have some holy tears to share together. It's a good time to cry. It's a good time to flow, like the wonderful World War Today we had, conceived by Dr. Shelley Ostroff, an amazing, incredible human being on the planet. And Young Golding, thank you so much for that. And I have to shout out Ben Bowler, John Raymer. And I could go on with names and then we'd be like, another 10 minutes, but you feel me. Okay. So little did I know growing up that I came to this planet to walk as shaman. I would have never guessed that when I was in university studying communications and psychology. I'd have been like, what's that? No, I of course read a lot. I have a very strong appetite and curiosity. So what I want to say with that is that, like so many of you watching this, I had a sort what you would call a normal Western education. Except for there was one difference growing up, and that is that I culture jumped quite a lot in my youth. So my mother is English Irish. I was born in England on the coast of the English Channel. And she married an African American, part Cherokee, part Blackfoot Native American man. And we would go back and forth from England, where my father would be stationed. He was in the US Air Force, to California, most of my childhood going back and forth. And that taught me something, not through books or writing, I love that too, but intrinsically, it showed me in the vibration of my lived experience that things change. The things don't change, stay the same. That we'll come back to later. It's a very valuable skill, actually, to begin to accept on a body level. I started meditation very early, at 19, and I loved it. And I met an amazing woman that took me in a way into meditation during university, because I was a bit stressed about passing exams. And then a world started opening up. And I continued with my education, and I went actually into inner child work in my early 20s. I had a catalyst, and that was my parents' divorce. Usually like stress, extreme stress or heartache will get us right into our practice, right? We need something sometimes, and then in we go. In we go to help our aching hearts or our stressed out bodies, and it relieves it. And somewhere along the line, I started to feel this longing. I started to feel this longing for a specific teacher. I went to Self-Realization Fellowship, Yogananda Paramahansa, and began to meditate there actively every day for 5 years. I had to do that because I was living in Los Angeles. Live in LA, meditate. Without it, forget about it, I'd go down to Mother Ocean and go, help me, please, I'm on my knees. And she would say, stay down there, girl. Get humble, stay down there. You think too much. I laugh now, but I was crying then. But it's all good because I was something keeping me strong. And so And so then it was time for me to leave that master, and I went full on into moon groups, goddess groups, around the same time, actually. I was immersing myself. And I turned a corner, and my indigenous ancestors from Turtle Island began to call me. I did not know them. I did not meet them with this flesh and body, as my grandfather died very young. And I was ignoring. And then one day in a certain experience, it opened. Something opened. And in that opening, there was a contact made. And it was like this whole wisdom came right through him. The doors began to open. And then I met an amazing man, Yaki Lipanapachi. He took me under his wing. And he said, girl, come do ceremony with me. And that's been over 20 years. So what opened? What was it that opened? I call it the coded wisdom. I call it culture is coded wisdom. I want to come back to that. I'm going to jump into what I feel is the definition for shaman. A shaman is not new age. Okay, let's get that very straight right now. It's not a new age invention. Actually, it's an old age invention. Actually, it's an ancient age invention. And a shaman is not necessarily this other word that many humans like to use, esoteric. Shaman is beyond that also. I have something to show you to excite you. We love images. I'm not putting this up on the screen share. I'm just going to share it right in the camera here. Can you see her? Can everybody see her? Yeah. This is a German female shaman, 8,900 years old. Found grave equipment. This is reconstructed of what they thought she would look like. Right. Now I have another picture to show you from my dear friend, Lainey Bluebird. There's Lainey. This is a very well-known singing medicine woman. Picture of Bernice from Turtle Island, West Coast. You see some similarities there? Okay. You feel that for a moment. What a shaman does is first takes a certain level of responsibility for their clan or for their tribe. Shaman acts as a communicator, a translator from nature to the other humans in that clan or tribe or community. Shaman communicates from the pure intelligence of nature, from the voices of nature and what they are communicating, because nature is always communicating with us. Don't take it from me. Go and listen to Fifi the gorilla. I think, no, Gigi, what's her name? Fifi or Gigi the gorilla who a couple of years ago passed on, and she with sign language gave us a very clear message about nature and humans. Go and check it out. You can find it on YouTube. You will be astounded. It's so wonderful. And the shaman also communicates with the spirit world, the world of the ancestors and the other spirits, an intermediary, let's say, between them and the clan and the tribe. And the shaman also communicates to the inner world of the humans They're fellow humans in their community and tribe. And from these three main aspects, ceremonies are created to work with consciousness. So when I'm healing, I'm a healer also. I move myself as much as I can out of the way because consciousness is the healer. I'm not the healer. I'm the vessel. Okay. So what is an urban shaman and what is the difference? And why is it rising now? Because it absolutely is rising now. I'll just jump over here. Okay, we have actually opened up a great big field, a hologram here. And so I guess I'm going to tell you something really funny. Well, you might not find it funny. It's okay if you don't. Just think of Tony Stark, okay? Think of Iron Man right now. Sorry to bring Marvel into the picture because I have sons, okay? And so the one thing I loved about Tony Stark were his gadgets. They were so fun. And he would have this computer and he would pull up a screen that went way up. Have you seen this? Anyone? And then his whole hologram and he would move pieces around like that. And that's what we all do with the field all the time, you know? And so we have that piece there. Now we have the coded wisdom there. We have the shaman here. We have the ancestors over there. We have the elders over there. Everybody's in our field right now. Okay. So the urban shaman, first of all, I'm going to just directly shout it out. It's Mother Earth's plan. The intelligence of our planet needs humans now more than ever to communicate to the deeper primal energies of our Earth, and not only of our Earth. She needs skilled practitioners that can communicate between these realms I just spoke of before. And where else now are these dear ones going to be called? But from the urban environments. This is a whole nother aspect that's coming. So the urban shaman, much like the nature shaman, and you know, all original shamans were nature shamans because they were in the nature. The urban shaman works actually, number one, more with the inner fields of other humans than the nature shaman. Okay, so when you're growing up to be a shaman in the urban environment, you need to know your own borders and your own psychology, just a bit more than a nature shaman, because you're going to be working a lot, like all those standing trees. My Aunt Pixie, she calls humans I love you, Pixie. She calls humans standing trees. I love that. And all those standing trees around you, you urban shamans, you're powerful. You've got a lot of trees. You got a lot of tree people around you, you know? And they can talk. So that's even. I'm sorry, we have jokes sometimes. We have to laugh at our own jokes because they're all right. And the urban shaman also has more of a connection to the waterways going through the city. That's one of their jobs. So as opposed to the nature shaman will be with the mountain, with the mountains, with the mountain people, with the trees, with the different levels of sky and the clouds. But these urban shamans, they have the tree people, they have the trees in the city, and they have the water. That's that really important resource for the urban shaman, is to go to the rivers. Okay. And there's, for some reason, it's jumped out of my brain, so I got to grab my notes, because it is like that sometimes, because I had to put that in the field. I got it. That's why I couldn't remember it, because it's okay. So if we wrap that up and we come back to culture is coded wisdom. So remember the picture I just showed you, the original culture that was crafted through the connection between nature and humans, co-created a culture, right? The culture of that clan, the culture of that clan, of course, is crafted through the environment and through the intelligence that's living there, which is vast and infinite, actually. And from there, ceremonies arose. From there, their expression of their individual culture. And from that individual culture arose the coded wisdom. Who first said this? Wangari Maathai, the founder of the Green Belt Movement, who won 2009. She was a recipient of the Alternative Nobel Peace Prize. Please go and watch her documentary. It's 54 minutes long. It is amazing. And when she spoke those words, it hit my cells, my heart, my aura, and I said, oh, wow, that is so deep and so true. So what does our coded wisdom give to us? Let's feel for a moment. Coded wisdom. Culture is coded wisdom. What do some of you come up with in this moment? Just shout it out, go off your mute and just one at a time, just tell me what your first impulse, what comes up for you.
I would say truth.
It's all in the air.
In many ways, right? It's double, triple meaning there, yes.
Also, follow your intuition.
Feels like a basket full of presence, richness.
It also feels like a step to choose to remember it.
You know, that coded wisdom. Elena, did you want to jump in there?
And fabric comes up for me.
Yes, the fabric, like the fabric of life. As an actuality and as a metaphor, that's deep. Because it literally is the fabric of life. It's where we get our first innate grounding in deep and profound primal contact with nature. Nature raised us. Nature. Oh, I'd love to go really deep into this topic right now, but this is not the topic of this here event. So we work together with nature that we could thrive. And this was created over at least 150,000 years. And we developed and developed and developed in our co-creation with nature, in our clans, groups of 120, right? And as these blood-related clans grew, they eventually grew into tribes. But what I want to say with that is the opposite. When we do not have a connection to our coded wisdom, because for whatever reason it has been severed, then begin to believe things about ourselves that aren't true. That's very deep. So here we have in our wonderful hologram, we have the elders, the ancestors, we have all the women, the humans in this chat room here. We have all of you watching. And we have the fabric. I'm going to hold on to Lena's word there. We have the fabric of the coded wisdom of what we were all born out of. So last night I was on a call, and this very lovely woman said, the indigenous humans, people, citizens, need this or this or this. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And there's another thing that's true also, is that we're all indigenous to planet Earth. Every single human being here is indigenous to planet Earth. And the great gift of the indigenous, the humans we call indigenous right now, is that they're still connected to their coded wisdom. It's been damaged, but the connection is still there. And that's exactly what happened to me, because my grandfather, even though he died young, he is half Cherokee and on my grandmother, my father's mother's side too. That coded wisdom caught up with me and like, bam, you know, sort of like push me from the back, bam, like I did a roll over, like, you know, and I'm like, no, oh, no. I tried to say no for like 3-4 years. No, I'm running this company and I'm doing this and da-da-da-da-da, and they kept knocking. And when they start knocking, you realize that you have a gift. Now, what I want to say about that is that every single human being has the hardware. Every single human being is a shaman. I know that's gonna like go people, you know. No, what is this woman saying? I've looked at this from all sides. I've looked at this biologically, psychologically, anthropologically. I've looked at it from my heart, my gut, my head. I have studied. And I have gone on journeys through our earth and through this universe that I would have never known existed, all without medicine, without plant medicine. And I have come to the same conclusion. Check it out for yourselves. This is one human woman's experience that she's sharing with you here and now. We are all shamans because we all have this blueprint of connection to our planet, which will enable us to activate this skill set, if you like. It's much more than that. And what I feel is one of the biggest challenges is that we are missing that connection to that coded wisdom. We are missing the deeper, profound connection to this earth. 10 years ago, I thought that I was pretty connected. I thought, yeah, I'm connected to the planet. And then I turned a corner and went like, and I'm like, oh, that's another story right there. Okay, that's a different, I didn't know that existed. I didn't know that existed. I didn't know that the air could just stand still. I didn't know that certain animals would just fly and come over you at a certain precise moment in time when you're thinking a certain thought and you've done certain things in the day, that they're all synchronistic and they all line up. I didn't know that clouds could just simply stand still and make their own shapes to reflect what you're thinking, and so on and so forth. This is the beginning of the magic of our world, and our ancestors knew that. And now we're suffering because we've lost this really deep and wonderful and secure building connection to this earth. And now we're turning a corner, and the female urban shamans are being called. And you will get a knock at your door, but it will be a metaphorical door, and it will be in a dream, or it will be in a moment where you just go, oh, it'll be like an emotional feeling that you just can't seem to shake, and no matter how much therapy you go to, or how many gym classes, or how much sex you had that week, or I don't know, won't do it. because something else is calling. And when you start having these sort of calls, yeah, she's like, I know what you're talking. Go, girl. You better go straight out to nature. Go straight to the mother. Put this down on the earth and get humble. Put it in the dirt and say, okay, mother, I'm yours. Okay, you got me. Teach me, show me, guide me. That's not easy for us humans because, you know, we're super individualistic. I can tell you, I could do a whole hour and a half of how I've been humbled to get out of my identifications and my sense of importance, and still every day. But this time I'm running towards it and dancing with it before I run away from it and you know, cry about it. So there's one important part I need to share with you all about this female urban shaman, because you're going to get called. If it's your destiny, you will be called. And it is such a noble calling. It's not easy because, you know, the New Age movement has been about, let's feel more comfortable. Let's dig a bit deep, but let's not go deeper than that. And let's get into a seeking mode, seek. Right. I'm not putting anything down. It's valid in the way that it is. The shaman way is like you don't stop. You have to become used to the flow of what you have, and it will keep taking you to the humble place that you can keep becoming empowered through your own humility. And the connection you make through this depth is so incredible with other human beings. It's such a privilege. I wouldn't change it for the world, even though I didn't think I ordered it, but obviously my spirit did. So when you start to become called, an initiation may arise. So many of you know what initiation is. You know what the word is. You understand the idea of what that is. But there are different kinds and different levels and different grades of initiation. And you can go into ceremony, you can become initiated. Every initiation is a self-initiatory process. No one else can ever initiate you. And if someone else, anyone tells you they'll initiate you, you need to turn around. It's your job. They can assist you in some ways. They can set up the space for you to go through the process, but they're not there to initiate you. If you go to university, it's not the university giving you the diploma. It is you that have activated their source to empower yourself and empower. But you are the initiator of that diploma. You see, we've got some things a bit turned. We need to turn them back. So how may these initiations come? They may come in dreams. They may come when you're doing a long stretch in a yoga class and all of a sudden you feel like something just opened and you're like, uh-oh, don't stop it for anyone. Just keep going. If you don't listen, then they may get a little bit more pushy, give you an almost car accident like they did me. All these, some are very much prepared ceremonial initiatory processes, and other ones are life initiation processes. They could be very small and seemingly insignificant, but if they enlighten your trigger in such a way, then honor it and go the process. There's another little one in the room. Hi, blessings. Children first. Oh, okay. So that, I hope that has given you something for your soul, some soul food. Before we go on to these 3 exercises, or so-called teachings, you're your own teachers, I would like to say one other piece about coded wisdom, if I may. Well, if I don't do this too much, it's a little bit controversial. Be a little controversial, shall we? Give me permission. Give me permission. Some of the situations we're seeing on the planet right now of wounded human beings that hurt other human beings, that have become brutalized, and our whole society is dealing with a sort of whole level of brutality, which we never thought we'd experience when we first came to this planet. We thought we were over that wave. However, I do see certain groups that lean towards fanaticism because they do not know they have to know where you truly land you came from. Go there, wherever you are standing on this planet and where your ancestors came from. Go there, travel there, and put your feet on that earth. If you're not doing this, then you don't know. You might know with this one, and that's okay. This is a great tool, but you need to know way down in here, heart chakra, and all the way down into your root chakra. Go home to where your ancestors came from. America's Turtle Island. The ancestors are from many nations. The Lakota, the Dakota, the Cree, the Cherokee, the Choctaw, and on and on. That is where their coded wisdom is born. And then there's Europe, which I presently live in Europe. This is a coded wisdom of the Europeans and the European Americans. Go and find your coded wisdom. Africa also. And stand on that soil and get reconnected. And then bring back that power and share it with your dear ones, because they need it also. That's my big tip for our planet healing. That will humble us and bring us into the heart. Do you feel me on that? Does that sound real to you? What do you ladies think? Feel? That sound real to you? Yeah, bless you. Right. Go back the last 7 generations or 10. Okay. So my dears, we have some, before I open it up to Q&As, and I hope you're up on some questions. Really just throw some good questions at me, you know. Maybe we'll sing some songs. The first one I would love to jump into as a teaching is sensitivity. sensitivity. Reclaim your original sensitivity. We have layers and layers that have been lived by our ancestors that have lived through wars and wars. But you see the sensitivity when a child is born on this planet, right? It's not only because they're a little one. They haven't had time to gain the conditioning, the layers yet. Have you ever seen a child play? What is the first impulse when I see a child play is, wow, they're so alive, right? They're so alive. They're so present. They're so here. Look at that. And then I feel like, whoa, that's the pure energy of enthusiasm. You know, that energy, they're like this, they're so excited about stuff. Can we all just do that for a moment? Like, wow, wow, come on, do it with me. Wow, that's so cool. Enthusiasm's running through you. And the little ones are running around, they're so alive and they're so present in their energy, right? And we all, can you imagine feeling like that one time a day, like for 2-minute session of pure enthusiasm? Wow, that's like one of the best meditations ever. It's so pure, it's so real, it's so steeped in who we are from our original plan, from our original blueprint. Right? So that sensitivity is returning to us now as we are in the awakening of consciousness. So please take care of your sensitivity. Know your borders. Know how to communicate what your borders are without having to get upset or irate. Stay in a neutral position. Learn those skills. These are some of the best skills you can ever have in life, especially for us women, especially for the rising urban shaman. We really need to know how to discern our borders from other humans. Here's the thing. When you get more and more sensitive and you know your own feeling, you are more and more empowered. And your sensitivity becomes more fine, very, very fine. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. And then when you go in ceremony, you actually begin to realize when you're shifting dimensions, you are sensing it. You begin to realize these really tiny shifts of the earth, which we were all very much aware of more in our ancient past. So how did our ancestors find all these high energy places? They didn't walk around with a metal detector sort of object and go, I think the resonant high vortex is over here. Da, 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 da. Here it is over here. You know, I like to be silly sometimes. They felt it in their bodies. They were connected. They're like, boom, here's the place that our prayers will lay. Here it is. And we still have that sensitivity. We know where the ley lines are. We know where the resonance. We know where the Hartman lines are. We know it already. So sensitivity. And then the other side of that is take yourself out of situations that desensitize you. We have some media, some films. I've never seen so many Armageddon and apocalyptic films going on our planet the last 10 years. It is like, what is this propaganda? You know, what is this going? And a lot of brutality, like it's just normal. When I was growing up, we didn't have this sort of brutality on television. You know, that's a desensitization. We are quantum beings. Everything we see, we are already projecting and being in that reality like that. So if you do go and watch a film that you know is going to be like, then put your protection, give yourself a border, a light border, be aware of how you protect your field, and then get in the seat and then know from that place. That's just one of many ways we become desensitized and have become for the last 30 years very consistently. Protect your sensitivity and then adore it, value it. This is something that's so incredible with women, because the more we value those aspects of ourselves that have not been given value, but they're taken for granted in a way, because underneath, in the invisible, they're not so spoken about, those attributes of the female are absolutely valued because they're so needed. Not given value with the collective understanding in our consciousness. So we have to give it value. Very important. And the urban female shaman and the female shaman anyway do that. Sensitivity. I hope that some of you women will work with me and make some new bumper stickers. Look, that's my sensitivity. Stop the program. Yeah, stop that program. Back. There's my line of sensitivity. Check it out. My sister is like, humor is the best transporter of wisdom, I tell you. We have to laugh together. It's awesome. Okay, so let me check our time. Oh, great. We're going to wrap up soon on the two next ones, then we're going to have Q&A. And I'm going to remind myself, oh, yes. Lineages and grounding. That's what we're gonna end with. Cord, grounding roots. So I have this tool that I often use in all of my teachings to with the groups. The medicine woman, I train women to become a medicine woman. I never asked for that job either, but was lovingly pushed into it by these grandmothers I work with, and thank goodness they know better than me, right? It was one of the best things I've done in my life, besides, of course, being a mother. Okay. So every single human being has at the base of their spine like an energetic cord. I came by this tool by she's an incredible healer. And she taught me this. You know, she got it from Berkeley Psychic Institute. And then I went on my journey, and I learned it from Yogananda Paramahansa, his master, Lahiri Latashwa. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, because it's a tongue twister for me anyway. He had the same meditation. And then when my English roots were calling me home, I met the Druids, and I hang out with the Druids of England, and they have the same one. All the same. Deep, right? So sit in the base of your spine, please. And feel that, like, you know, when we were in the womb, we had that little tail. And feel right into that energy space. And when we drop our grounding cord, it's literally like it's going to unfurl like that, like a plant. Just go to the center of the planet. We all have our own hookup to the center of the planet. Organically, innately. Don't have to ask for it. You don't have to see it. You can feel it a bit. So all we need to do is, like this pen, this is how easy it is to drop your grounding cord. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Usually what I would do if I was in a room with you, I would have someone come up and give you a nudge like this. So when you share this, and please do share it with other humans, family members, and on out from your circular field of life, just give someone a little nudge before you do it, and then after. You will see a profound difference. I just had this imagination that each woman would reach into the next box and push her one over. Yeah, that. Give her a push. Give her. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? Yes, there you go. What? Push. Okay, you're ready to go. Okay, so we're up here. Our breath is down. Breathing in. And we're simply going to unfurl. You can see it as golden or white light. And it's going to let it drop and connect to the center of the planet. It knows where it's going. We're highly intelligent. You don't have to follow it down. Stay in your bodies. And we're going to do that on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Drop. Breathe in. Drop again. Yes. Nice. Oh, yeah. Now some of yours just went in. Maybe some of you felt that shift. Wow. Good job. Give it one more blast of energy, so energy flow through it. We'll do it again. 1, 2, 3. Drop. Oh, yeah. Got more in there. Who can feel the difference energetically? Put your little 2 fingers up. Yeah. I can see it in your face, Julie. Yeah. It's quite profound. You are working great as a team. The whole screen changed color. No kidding. It did, though, energetically. Wow, blessings. Practice this every day. Every day. It's one of the most valuable tools. I can write a little booklet of the feedback I've gotten after people get, you know, when you wake up in the morning, feet over the bed, ground. You get up, you shower, the office, well, the grounding core's not there because it takes a bit of practice. Ground again. You go into an interview, you feel a bit like ground. Ground, 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 ground. Okay. That's your grounding cord. Blessings. Hey, take it home. Those of you at home, take it out. Let's get the whole planet regrounded deeply into the earth. Okay, lineages. We're going to spend just 2 minutes with lineages. Okay, we all have lineages. I know where we may know this the best is from our yoga master or teachers, or from our meditation masters or teachers. And it's important to respect the lineages they come with. But a shout out to you all humans. You all have your own lineages of healers, wise ones, knowers, dreamers, mystics. I'm saying Germany would have never known that this land is known as a land of magic and mystics. When I sort of really begin to study and to study philosophy, and I met with a female philosopher doctor in the last few months, and she offered to be my mentor, and I said, yeah, let's go. I'm always open, and it's incredible of the amount of mystics that are right here in Germany and sacred places. And that's all over the world. So you have of wisdom. Every single human being. It's in our cells, right? And it's in the records. So I lovingly call you into your own lineages of wisdom. I open the space here and now, and I tell you, if I've done it, you can do it. Because once you have this one that opens, just one, they all start like dominoes. And it gives you a grounding and a connection into yourself and into the earth that you will not experience through any other way. You really won't. I've tried everything. Well, not everything, but a lot of things. Okay. So there's that lineage. And then there's the lineage of all those dear ones that have supported you on the way. And when you come into a room and you're going to open the space, it is so important to call those out. when you use any of their materials, say their names. Because this way, the resonance is always moving. Energy cannot destroy, it's only transferred. So when you go into a room and you open the space and you're not observing who got you in that seat, you've broken the line. And we've spent generations doing this. We have to stop. If I sing a song from Chief Sonny Reyna, I say his name. I say that he's given me permission. If someone helped me to get into that seat, I say their name. I say, thank you. Carolyn Mays, Marilyn Williamson, and so many. Toni Morrison, Alice Walker. How many are behind me? Not to mention my ancestors, right? Okay, just find your own and honor them. That way our whole resonance of our planet starts going. Yeah. And then when the resonance of our planet's going like this, not possible any longer for certain acts to occur. It's not possible any longer in a concentration camp in China. How can that be happening right now? It's incredible. And I could go down the list, and I know we don't really want to go down there, but we do know. So this is what we can do, is invest ourselves in a vibrational experience of wisdom, our coded wisdom. You can go like this. I have another little tool. This is fun. Okay, you ready? Pretend like you have a fishing rod. Now you have to do this with me, everyone. Come on, get your fishing rod, ladies. Fishing up, fish up, fish up. Come on, just be silly, Willie. Let's be, come on, it's gonna work. And then you cast it out. It's on a golden thread. Those are my grandmothers coming in. And then you slowly start to bring it in. And you say, I'm bringing in the coded wisdom of my ancestors. I'm open for that. I'm just calling it in very slowly. So you might start getting some resistance. Then you stop. When the resistance is there, you stop and you wait. Right? If you keep going like that, then it's getting closer. It's quantum tools. It works very well. And then you've opened up a field. You've asked consciously for something that you want to experience. It's coming. It's on its way. It's trying to find its way to you. And we're open for questions. Let me shout out here. If we are all human beings that we want to feel empowered, absolutely. But it's not about power. It is about power, but it's not about getting power. If you go into this path with that, you're going to get slapped back. Don't do that to yourself. You got to be really humble and brave. And the empowerment, you won't even be thinking about wanting to get power anymore. You'll be so empowered in a good way, right? I just have to really shout that out. This path is not about trying to get power, because the spirit's tricky like that. Spirit will help you. You let go of that one real quick. So here's the thing. When you go to do ceremonies, peyote, ayahuasca, cambo, be aware that the humans, these amazing humans that are running these ceremonies, know what they are doing. They need to be able to hold space, really hold space. They need to be able to see the ancestors. They need to be able to see what every single person in the room is doing. They have to have that kind of spirit power. If they don't, then they don't know where your spirit has gone. That's something real. If your spirit has gone traveling way over there, how to go back and fetch it, then you have a psychosis, perhaps. That's the worst case scenario. Or you have some other things going on. Believe me, ayahuasca is really trendy at the moment. They have 40 ceremonies a weekend. COVID came to visit. That's a lot. Okay, I'm just shouting that out. Take care. When you take plant medicine, get great facilitators that are very grounded. They have experience. You ask that to them. But if it's in your resonance, if it's not that particular one, another great facilitator will come around that will fit right to you. Please take care out there, and then have an amazing journey. Okay, dear ones. So we have some few minutes for questions. So lay them on me. I see some refreshed women. Some women are like going, oh, I'm feeling refreshed. You are looking all very lovely, I must say. Look at her, girl. It's pretty.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
I guess I have a question and I'm curious to know what your advice would be.
Okay.
So I'm currently a teacher, middle school, and I work in a Catholic, very traditional school, and my children go there, and I feel like my whole department, they've lost meaning, they've lost joy, they've lost enthusiasm. And when you said, be careful to take yourself out of situations that desensitize you, I feel that it's like my department every single day. And every time I bring in like enthusiasm or joy, I feel like it's met with apathy. And I feel that in my work and in the students, and I'm just so unmotivated. So I don't know how to bring joy and meaning and all of this power into such a closed-minded, desensitized, apathetic environment, you know, where any joy is met with like, oh, there she goes again, you know, with irony and sarcasm. Just so deadening.
Whoa, I feel you. Thank you so much for this question. Never stop shining. You have such a beautiful light. Thank you for bringing that to our planet. Thank you so much. It could be that your spirit starts reaching to another place to bring your light.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
very restless.
Yes, I can understand you. I want to be met. That's it. That's an intrinsic need to be reflected. We want to be met there, you know. And so what happens is actually gets sort of or stopped, right? So I would suggest go into your own psychology. What is my need here? How is my need getting met, right? And begin to work in your own Torah. Begin to feed your own energy field with your own, with your own light. So you know how we do it? We put it out, we run it through others, and then we bring it back in, because we're always in these connections, the flow connection. But when you meet those humans, you just bring your field back in, and then you self-validate, and actually feel it going through your body. And you can have a little mantra. You go, this is the light, and I'm here to shine it on the planet. And if this one is not there for it, I am. I am. It doesn't make me ego tripping. It just means I'm here to shine this light, right? Or you could do something sort of sweet and a little bit, well, I had a great word. It went right out of my head. A little bit innocently subversive. Like medicine women have been known to do through the ages. Like put up beautiful little pictures of nature as an assignment with your students. And then put things like joy is. Today, the sun is shining, you know? The waterfall is fun. The waterfall feels refreshing. And then have them post them up all over the school with masking tape, you know, just for a day, you know, hit that beauty. And you're going to put, you know, I was at first, you know, baptized Roman Catholic. I had some dips into that experience. So at 13, I told my mom, go, all right, time out for me on this one, darling. And she was like, okay. I had so much great also with the Mother Mary, and then the Christ consciousness is so pure, actually. It's so beautiful, right? It's a shame that it gets turned into sometimes a downward spiral, right? Because it is very beautiful vibration. So hit them up with that. Get the kids tuned in, you know? Love that question. Thank you so much. I think we could do one more question or a couple more comments. Blessings. Actually, we're actually fine. We're actually fine. So we don't have our wonderful Christian Peterson coming in till top of the hour. How about some of you?
Can I just ask Maxie where you are? I'm just curious what
That's a good
country you're in.
question.
Oh, hi, I'm in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So sorry to hear that.
Oh yeah,
that's
those
happening
kids.
in a Catholic school. That just is heartbreaking. So yes, I agree. Shine your light, sweetie. Mm.
Yeah, I like what you said about the Jesus and the Mary focusing and tuning into them as mentors, because they are all over the school. So,
Oh yeah.
but the thing is, like, it's always Jesus on the cross, like pinned to the cross. So it's such a hard image to look at, right? But I think I'm going to look past the nails in his hands and just kind of focus on his consciousness and Mary. Yeah,
Yes. And maybe you can bring a mother and child into the classroom. They can't say no to that, can they? Absolutely not.
have a
And
little
this
altar. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Bring in the elements.
Vibration of that connection. Yes. I love Mother Mary so much. I'm a big, big fan of her. Thank you so much for that question. Okay. Come on, sis. I know some of you have something to say, something to share. You want to give any feedback? You want anything to be made more clear? Less clear? Too much information. Oh, shoot.
I want to share something, or like really encourage you sisters to get in contact with the ancestors and trust yourself. I mean, it's something that nobody can confirm to you, right? And as Mira said, you may not speak the language, you may not know even the names, but the power is there and it is seeking you. It is seeking you, right? I mean, we are our ancestors' wildest dreams somehow. And so trust it and learn to perceive it. And well, sometimes you might think, well, it's too good to be true, or no, it is true. It is true. It is there. It's calling you it is there. That's it for it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sister. That leads into, I've given you one homework, right? One homework was to do your grounding cord. Another one would be write down all your belief systems. Get clear with what you believe and why you believe it, right? And you can make a spirit plate for your ancestors. Just because, you know, before you've cooked a nice meal, and before you eat it, you take one little piece from each dish and put it on a plate. And you hold the plate and just simply say, thank you, thank you. And you go outside or on your balcony and you place the plate outside for your ancestors. Whew. Feeling that. It's a wonderful, soul enriching ritual. And it's very simple. And then you feed your ancestors, then you can eat. Any other questions? Throw some at me. We're going to give it 5 more minutes, then we're going to jump off. You can ask me anything you like. I don't have to answer. Oya nekea, oya ya, netiana. calling in some of our, please sister go. I'm calling in for you all to take something with you when you leave.
Yeah,
I
I have no question, but I want to share a little bit of magic that just happened this morning to me. I was at the doctor's and then I had to go to what is this medical shop. And I was in the city, and the first medical shop was closed because of Corona. The second one also. So I drove to the third one, and I was getting a little bit angry because they are all closed and so on. And then I parked my car and went out, and on the way to the medical shop, there was a huge field of Nachtkerzen. I think it's evening prime roses.
Oh, yeah, evening primrose.
Yes.
Yes.
In the middle of the city at this parking place in front of the third medical shop. So I said, that's why I'm here now. So I went into the shop, got my thing for my feet, and then I shared with the woman what is outside in the nature in front of her shop. And she said, oh, I didn't know this, but it's good to know because so many people asked me about this plant. So I went out and took some flowers to make cream. And while I was just present collecting this flower, and then the older woman stopped asking me what I'm doing. So I shared what I did. And she said, oh, I would love to get some cream from you. And she asked for my address. And I said, yes. And I gave her my address. And then she said, yes, and my daughter, she is writing for a magazine. I will give this also to her, this information, and she will contact you. And I thought, wow, this is magic happening. And the information wants to go to the people.
Yeah, that's it.
And she has, this older woman also, she remembered then when I was sharing this. And I was so, I got so humble. So what I did is I was just present there. So I'm really thankful for this. Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for sharing. There was some coded wisdom being activated there. You know, that's who we are. When we're meant to be somewhere, we end up there. And then all of a sudden, what you thought you went there for becomes something completely different. And then you're in service. And as a just going through life, and all of a sudden you're in magic life. And then you need to stop and say, no, I can't do it because A, but no, that's done now. You back to that later. You stay there in that place and follow that. And that is such an adventure. Then you're on some adventure. I look forward to some cream, sister.
Yeah. It's 3 weeks now.
That she's gonna report to all of us. I would love to end with a prayer with you. And I would love to end with the prayer of the Shakina. It's an ancient prayer. And I would love to send that vibration over to Israel and Palestine at this time. So if you will pray with me, I'm gonna say the prayer 2 times, one for each of the big tribes that live there. And able to repeat it with your breath in your body. The prayer of the Shakina, the divine feminine. I send to there in the Holy Lands Shakina, presence of blessing. We rejoice in your cycles of renewal. May it be your will, life, spirit of our mothers, to increase the brilliance of the moon so that it may no longer be reduced in size. May the light of the moon again be like the light of the sun, for it is said, 2 great lights. May this promise be realized in our day through us and our actions. Shekinah, presence of renewal. We rejoice in your cycles of renewal. We're thanking the World Unity Week and bringing us together. We're thanking this divine spark of the female with the coded wisdom called shaman rises more and more on our planet. For Mother Earth herself is literally calling these women into their medicine. Shekinah, presence of blessing. We rejoice in your cycles of renewal. May it be your will, life, spirit of our mothers. May the light of the moon again be like the light of the sun. For it is said, 2 great lights. May this promise be realized in our days through us and our actions. Shekinah, presence of blessing. You bring constant renewal. We're sending all that love and blessing to those lands, to those holy lands. All land on this planet is sacred, all places. I thank you. I thank you all for blessing the earth. I thank you all for blessing yourselves and each other. I want to send out a special shout out to all of my Black relatives in the US. Black Lives Matter. May we heal our planet. May we be strong and heal our planet and ourselves. We're all so gifted. We're all so bright. And we're all such infinite beings. I wore this shirt today. I wear it a lot from my chief Sunny Raina, Laney Bluebird. And it's one earth, one people. That's what we are. We are one earth and one people. So I thank you that the whole planet begins to act like that. Blessings, sisters. I love you.
Amen, sister.
Blessings. Go and check out the work we're doing on the Sacred Female Rising website platform network for women and whatever else we got in there, online courses and all that. We'll see us again. Thank you.
And join us. We are not done in the World Unity Room, Divine Feminine Convergence.
That's true. Thank you. That's it.
Yep. More fabulous.
You're absolutely right. Our amazing brother, Christian Peterson, is coming in from California, and he's doing a work of men and vulnerability, and he's doing it with his son, his stepson, and his stepson's biological father. They're doing this incredible set for the next hour and a half. That's going to be amazing. So thank you, Christian, if you're watching, for coming in with this work. And if you get a chance, jump on Facebook and see the men's work that happened. My son was in there. He's the youngest one. He's 19. And he sat with the men from the Mankind Project, and they had a circle for like an hour and 45 minutes. So check out my boy.
Yeah.
You will recognize him. I'm so proud of him. Wow, these young people are rising. It's such a blessing. Thank you so much, sisters. I love you. Thank you. I know you're going to shine your light at that school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Yuli. I love your energy. Thank you for being here, all of you. It's really great to see you, Claudia. Really great. I haven't seen Claudia in like 2 years, 2 or 3 years. You look just the same. Love that. Oh.
Aho, thank you.
Hey. Matakia Yasin. Blessings, sister.
Thank you.
Thank you. If I look at you all, I want to get my drum out, but I know I have to stop. I'm going to drum when I go outside. She's right here. She's just right here. She's waiting for me. You know, they're waiting for me to stop talking and go outside and make some prayers. Love you, sisters. Larissa, thank you for being here. She has her little one with her. He's 4. He's so cute. And she made it here. You know, when we bring our energy in here, we're actually putting the resonance into this unified field. We're supporting unity consciousness. Here's my sister, Lena. Yeah, there's Eb. She's got 2 girls, raising up those girls solid and strong. Our sister, Claudia, too. Ooh, 2 girls. Oh, actually, our sister, Janina, too, also has 2 girls. We got the mamas for the girls in here.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, my darlings, we're gonna get out of here and prepare for Christian. Thank you so much. The female shamans. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you.
Blessings.
I'm gonna go off live from the Facebook, sweetie.
That sounds good. Thank you, Liz. And have we ceased recording?
Right, we're done recording, but we're still live.
Okay, let me do that. Thank you very much.